baby. It's what you need, baby. Just come see me. Satisfaction guaranteed, baby. Just hold your own, baby.
Okay guys, here I am. Welcome to another edition of Black Matt's Black Legion blog. I'm going to give you a little bit of an army update post on Magilla Guerrilla's AEncarmine army, the second part that I've been doing for them. Mags, I'm sorry that it's taken a little longer than normal. In the past I've prided myself on being able to crank out a really nice looking army in roughly 3 weeks time. And I've just run into a bit of a problem at work. I'm not able to paint as often as I used to. I'm only able to do it at lunch now. I can't do it during my work hours as easily. I mean, there might come a time when it might happen, but as it is right now, things are just crazy busy, and I'm not able to crank things out. So I come home, I sit down on the desk, and I slave away for you. But I'm also feeling a little burnt, so I'm sorry, buddy, that it's taking a little bit of time, but I am getting things done. I'm going to run down the units, give you a little bit of history of the things that Mags wanted, and just explain it. I need some blog footage. So here we are, the Whirlwind. This is pretty simple. Red, black, simple. The only thing that I need to do is whiten up the missiles. I need something to stand out on the model a little bit more. It's got the same fade as all of his other tanks, his Rhinos and the Land Raider and stuff. It's when I look at the footage, it's not that easy to see the fade, but it's there, promise. He wanted two heavy bolter Razorback turrets to replace his Razor last cannons if he wanted to in some situations, so of course that's what he gets. He wanted, I think, to flesh out the 4 assault squads that he has, so he ordered up 20 more assault guys, so these hopefully look identical to excuse me guys, hopefully these look identical to the ones that he has. The reasons that I'm shooting this on a replacement camera. If you guys hear me bitching every once in a while, it's like when I first did Magilla's original half of the army, I didn't take hardly any pictures. My wife was in the hospital and she was giving birth, you know, it was right around that time, and when it got to it, I just got the thing done and got it out the door, so I don't have a lot of examples of it. I'll do much better this time. That being my problem now is that it was hard for me to go back and reference it and match everything. I've done that through his photos and a couple of the videos I've had. The Death Company, the white ones, these guys they have been kicking my ass. It's just a lot more difficult than you think because of the amount of detail and the way that I have to paint the white on in order to make it solid. I could put a light layer on it, but you would see right through it. It would be uneven. That's why I was so impressed with that Necron army a couple posts back. It was solid white. It's very well done. Okay, so moving on. I have 4 and thank God, Mags, thank God you said something, because I had forgotten to get the Sanguinary Priests, the 4 Sanguinary Priests that you wanted. I got them ordered and they're here and they will be done. 2 with jump packs, right, buddy? They're all yours. Okay, then we got 2 special characters, Dante, which I did an updated version of. I replaced his axe. So you got the one from the Sanguinary Guard, and I made him a better jump pack. You know, it looks much cooler. Then I gave him an updated Infernus pistol. So Dante's, you know, it looks good. More about what colors I'm going to paint him. The Sanguinor, right here, I don't hate in life, but I really dislike the pose on that model. Yeah, it just sucks. Personal reason. Whatever. Coming on over to the Sanguinary Guard, and when I said I was going to come back to what color I was going to paint Dante, originally when I spoke with Magilla Guerrilla about what colors to paint the Sanguinary Guard, Death Company, Dante, and the Sanguinor, he originally wanted a bone color, and I objected at first just to the amount, because of the amount of time that it takes me to do my bone effect. I have one over here. I don't know if you can see it, the Chaplain shoulder pad, and I don't know, well, basically I have to repaint the thing 4 times to layer it up and make it look cool, yada yada. But so painting 10 detailed guys 4 times is, you know, it's a lot of work, you know, but in the price that they offered, it wasn't. I just didn't think it was a good business idea. So I said, hey, let me do white. And finding out, well, that is turning out to be a bitch, because the way yellow and white are much the same thing. You know, if you watch my yellow video, you could easily figure out how to do white to make it nice and solid. But I'm having difficulty. So I spoke with him recently, and we talked about me going ahead and doing the bone armor. I'm gonna save these guys for last, to be honest with you, because I'd like to just be able to sit down and concentrate on it. I love the models, and I'll say this now, and I'll stand by it. But I think that the Blood Angels, the recent Blood Angel releases, is the best models that I've seen in a while. They hands down are better than the Space Wolves. I particularly don't like the style of Space Wolves, even though I like Barbarians, the look and stuff like that. Compared to Pretty Boys, it's definitely more my style, but the stuff for the Blood Angels is awesome. I love all the kits. I love everything put out. You know, I love them. And I particularly hate Blood Angels, so damaged past. Sorry, boys, getting into my my psyche. Alright, so then on to, he wanted 2 land speeders. They're essentially done. I gotta put the weapon on, the multi-melta. He chose heavy flamer. I gotta lighten it, or do something with that light down there on the bottom. Same thing over here. This one, the gunners are not done. Gotta put on the multi-melta. Same situation. That brings me to this. The dreaded white rhino that I was really worried about it, and it turned out well. You know, you saw it on the last post or whenever the hell I did that. I also promised some freehand, and I've got some selected, but here's my problem. I'm of course going to do it, hands down. I want to do something really nice for Magilla, even though I'm running behind and things are stressful for me. Boo-hoo, poor me, Ray. Anyway, where to put the freehand? You know, the X is freehand. Yeah, wow, something real special. Not really, guys. I have ladder rungs on this rhino door, which is a prime spot for freehand, and I have ladder rungs on this rhino door, which is a prime spot for freehand. Then there, of course, is the top, where it would be most visible. You could easily make it a centerpiece of your army, but it's a Razorback, so how am I going to make that work? Well, he asked for a rhino door so that he could come and replace the Razorback and make it a rhino. Excellent decision there, Magilla Gorilla. So I'm left with the decision: do I make that my palette or my canvas for the freehand, where he won't use it very often? You know, I don't know. He wanted this first, but he said he wanted to be able to replace it and play it every once in a while with as a rhino. So I would be limited to that space, because I can't like have it bleed over onto the regular part of the tank, because then it would be seen without the doors. So I'll be limited to that space. The only other option I have is on the rear of the rhino, and the problem with that is it'll be there all the time, in both versions, both variants of the rhino chassis, but it won't be highly visible, and it, you know, it's going to be, you can't make it a centerpiece of your army. I mean, maybe the white you can, you know, and people will eventually see the freehand on it, but they won't immediately be drawn to it, recognized, drawn over to your army when it's on display, caused to pick it up, or caused to look closer, you know, drawing attention to the rest of the models, which is pretty key in getting best painted or buffing up a paint score. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. This is again something that I thought I was pretty finalized on the design that I wanted, but I'm going to reconsider. So here we are. That's the state of Magilla Gorilla's Angel and Carmine army. Any comments? Any suggestions? What do you guys think?